Welcome friends to another 40k video. Today we look at the Eldar Craft Worlds, the warriors that come from them and the god that dwells in their hearts. Let's get straight into it. So the basics. What is a craft world? It is a vast spacecraft populated by various survivors of the fall of the Eldar. There are a number of them and we will go through the major ones as the video progresses. These ships travel at the sublight speeds and they are built upon a skeleton of psychoactive crystalline wraith bone, whose skeletal structure is throughout the craft. It acts like the blood vessels and nervous systems of a living creature, moving energy around the body and transmitting impulses that control its functions. The wraith bone is conductive, and the core of the world holds a reservoir of psychic energy that carries throughout the ship. This energy can be expanded as light and heat, and powers the devices the Eldar use. This is referred to as the Infinity Circuit. The craft worlds are like worlds in miniature, containing forested natural areas, along with urban living parts. Plants are held in biodomes, plants that were taken from the original Eldar homeworld. The natural resources provide an atmosphere that is breathable, and they are spacecraft that can move quickly via the webway they use for travel, so forces can quickly appear where the craft worlds with their slow speed cannot. The members of these craft worlds are trained warriors called guardians. These forces and the political decisions that go with them mean the Eldar military sometimes work together for a common goal with other craft worlds, as well as trading and exchanging information. Spirit stones are important to the Eldar. All of them wear one. It's attuned to its owner, and upon their death saves their soul from Slanesh by capturing the soul inside it, and it can then be planted in the wraith bone of the craft world. There it can mingle with other planted souls and be part of its spirit, where it gets eternal rest, and the living watch over those who have passed. But when great deeds arise, those spirits can be placed in the artificial bodies of wraith guards and lords, so they can fight for their people. It is also believed when enough souls have been placed into the craft world, a new god will emerge, who will vanquish Slanesh and restore the people, Yniad, the god of the dead. There is also another god that we need to cover here, Cain, who is one of the surviving Eldar gods. He was assaulted by Slanesh after he was created and was struck down, but then he was saved by another prince of chaos, Khorne, who also wanted to absorb the body from Cain. During the fight, his psychic core shattered and came to rest within each of the Eldar craft worlds, where it hibernated. From there, he can be animated again via sacrifice, and then the god will manifest, blood dripping from his hands, and lead the Eldar forces into battle. To awaken it, a warrior is chosen from amongst the ex-archers, those who commit their lives to the path of the warrior. They must have courage to embody Cain. They are taken to the Avatar's shell and given their moment or time to give their soul to it, filling the dead frame with rage and power. This creature, once unleashed, is the living embodiment of war. It towers above others, a juggernaut of molten flames. In one hand it holds a flaming sword, runes written on its surface, whilst the other hand drips blood, a sign of Cain's endless thirst for carnage. All who see its eyes are filled with terror and despair at the destruction they see there. His blade can cut through a tank, leaving the melted scraps of its armour behind, and those who oppose it dare not get too close for fear of their flesh burning from their bones. When its task is done, it returns to the inner parts of the craft world until its spirit fades, and then it can retrieve back into sleep. Now let's take a look at the major craft worlds and show how they each have reacted to the fall of their race. First up is the Alatok craft world. They are fanatical in guarding themselves against Slanesh, who was birthed in their people's downfall. Their rulers watch for the emergence of those same obsessions. This pushes many citizens to leave the craft world and follow the path of the outcast, becoming a ranger. They will return when needed. Next up is Bieltan. They are considered the most aggressive of the craft worlds. They want to reforge the empire that was lost, and with this in mind, they want to eliminate the younger races of the galaxy who are taking it from them, from their perspective. To be able to meet this goal, they have a strong warrior ideal and employ aspect warriors, and if they die, they will want to do so in battle. Their world holds a chamber of heroes where the spirit stones of the dead are placed. A rune seer can call on these spirits to help with decisions. Then we turn to Eandon. The Eldar here are prosperous. They want to rebuild what was lost in the fall. Their seers recover spirit stones from their original homeworlds and fit them into the circuitry of their craft world to be conduits for the dead souls. Stopping Slaanesh getting hold of them, they tried to enlist the other craft worlds in these tasks, but they were closed to the suggestion, though Bieltan joined them in this. These spirits are used to defend them in battle through cybernetic warriors animated by the souls, and we covered that in more detail earlier. Samehan abandoned their original homeworlds early during the fall, and as warriors they now hold honour to be of very high value, and this has led them through pride into conflict with other craft worlds. This is usually a duel, but many deaths that these conflicts have caused gives them a barbaric reputation amongst the other worlds. The families are under Eldar, who rule, goes through the family line, and each family decides if they wish to go to war. To me, one of the best known craft worlds is Ulfway. They were caught in the pull from the Eye of Terror, and so they are on constant alert. They are used to hardship, and they have a militia called the Black Guardians. To this end, the Eldar of Ulfway are powerful psykers and are always watching for chaos under any guise, and future knowledge is used by them to maintain the Eldar, even if this hurts other races. The Seer Council will interfere with those races to turn fate in their own favour. One of the smaller craft worlds is Alton Sar. They are located at the edge of the shockwave brought about by the Eye of Terror opening. It escaped the warp with the aid of the Phoenix Lord, Morgan Ra. Other craft worlds hold it rightly as suspicious due to its time in the Eye of Terror. And what happened was, through an invasion during the 13th Black Crusade, as those forces left the Eye of Terror, Morgan Ra went in and found the craft world and guided them out of the Eye. Yggdrasil is a craft world centered around a matriarchy. They constantly want to recover the hidden secrets of the lost Elder Worlds. They are filled with a fierce duty, and the seers of these craft worlds are always hunting for them. One of the main objects they want are the Tears of Isha, which hold the spirits of the most powerful Eldar from the past, as well as many weapons of ancient technology, which would help this craft world in their fight. The Kalar craft world is very isolated. They are at the edge of the galaxy, which explains why. It collided with another craft world after a particular jump for reasons unknown, and now it's held together with psychic bonds. A single dynasty holds them together in peace, and the position of Farseer is held on a permanent basis. The other families were removed to remote parts of the craft world to stop their opposition, but the peace has led to pleasure cults here that did lead to the Eldar's fall, but it is considered normal here by the people in this craft world. The world of Lugunth holds a bunch of renegades, and they want to make ties with the Laughing Gods Harlequin to leave the galaxy behind and start afresh within the Webway as their realm, and in doing so take it back from the Dark Eldar, and they have appeared to help fight several demonic incursions that have happened. The world of Mimera was a colony world that managed to escape the Eldar fall, their pleasure cults never gaining a foothold. But with time this changed, and the wise created a craft world, and half those on the planet, named the same, managed to escape. They have to fight against Orc clans. A Phoenix Lord, Irilith, taught the people to use stealth, speed and firepower to fight back. Though the Lord left when it was seen it would survive, so they hide using their technology from other races. They later found the Lord's resting place and went to retrieve the armour and the spirit within, which they managed to do. Now friends, I turn this over to you. Did you enjoy this tale of 40k lore? Is there any aspects of the Eldar you would like to be covered on the channel? Have you sacrificed your soul to the bloody-handed one? Comment down below.